All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. As I've promised you guys earlier today, that I most likely will have my bad boy Ryan in the house, and he's here for Liverpool versus Chelsea match preview. So strap yourself in; it's going to be a good one. Ryan, my man, how you doing?
Amazing. I mean, Miz, I was watching your All You Can Eat just 10 days ago, and it seemed like an emergency panic breakdown way, like the worst. And then it just in 10 days, it just feel like the whole energy around the club, the project, the future
Yes,
is just it's not even it's a 180. It's a 180. And you know what?
that
I
life's
am on
different, bro.
that
Life's
ship.
different, real quick.
I'm on that ship, that one ATV, and I'd rather be on the ship than in the waters. So yeah,
Absolutely, bro. Look, yeah, some people have been calling me flip flops on my channel in regards to the owner, in regards to being all happy. And I said, look,
I think that's
I'm
good.
gonna react. I've got to react to the circumstance. Like I
That's
can't
good.
just sit here and be stubborn. Like, do you know what I mean, Ryan? Like, if
Yeah.
things are
It shows
changing,
that your heart is open. You don't have a set agenda against anybody or any player
exactly,
or anything. You just want
exactly.
what's best for Chelsea. That's all.
Exactly. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we're still struggling. Don't get it wrong. We still got a lot of things to change and do well. But
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, we were in the mud, and we get MUDRYK, we get a victory against Palace. There's a buzz around. Bowley's
we're still
doing
in the mud.
every. We're still in the mud, but
We was in the mud with our bicycle, and now we're in the mud with our nice car. So maybe
yeah,
we could get out of
exactly.
the mud easier now.
Exactly. And we can see our owner and our board is doing level best to get some top talents at the football club. Like, it would be strange if I just sat there and just, you know, moaned about the situation and complained about the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I need to show some sort of faith towards the football club, right?
yeah. I mean, as you said, we all want our Chelsea to be where we know it to be for the past 20 years, and you know what? Um, we will be happy and emotional if it shows either way, negative or positive, because we love this club. If you wanna watch somebody monotone who doesn't love this club, well, I mean, switch off the other side of the coin. If you don't want anybody monotone, you want somebody exciting, handsome, charismatic, well, then subscribe to the other side of the coin.
Come on, bro, come on. You know you got the handsome part right, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the
Yeah.
like button. Good to see so many of you guys joining already. Nearly 100 live right now after 3 minutes. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up. I mean, we've got Ryan here. You know we're going to have some top conversations going on, and you guys are going to absolutely appreciate it. So smash the like button. Only 15 likes, so bump those likes up to 100. Would love to get 100 likes during the live stream. In fact, if we can even reach 200 likes during the live stream, that would be phenomenal achievement. So let's do that. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe. We are running wild towards 20,000. I think less than 700, well, around 700 remaining. So let's go there. And make sure you follow Ryan on his Twitter. The link is literally in the description. All it takes is a click and it will take you directly there, and you follow. And Ryan is going to be back with a bang. He's taken a little bit of a break. Obviously, he's just finished studies and he's just enjoyed a bit of holidays, and absolutely rightly so. So now he's going to be back. So give him a follow. Okay, Ryan, let's talk about Chelsea, Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's an away game. Interesting times. I mean, before I give you my thoughts, Ryan, how you feel moving into this game? Like, we know Liverpool's struggling, so I just want to get your thoughts and your sort of headspace in regards to this match.
I think both clubs are in similar positions, right? I think a big match like this, a big encounter, not in table or not in history, but a big matchup as in the size of the both clubs, the
Mm,
rivalry between both clubs. I think it has the power to influence either team in either direction, or both teams in either direction, should I say. meaning
Yeah.
that the team that loses this game could go down an even worse spiral, and the team who wins this game could get a huge boost of confidence that's needed for both teams. So I think it's definitely a huge matchup for both teams,
Hmm.
and both teams need a win. They need a lifeline. They need that little floaty in the ocean to hold on to and guide it back to land. So yeah.
Do you reckon, Ryan, and I've been sort of pondering this concept in the last few days, like, for example, with Chelsea, right? I think we can all agree majority of the fan base has accepted that we are definitely in some sort of process or transition,
Yeah.
whatever you say. Like we've all agreed that it's not the same Chelsea anymore. Like the previous owners are gone, the previous regime is gone, we've declined, and we're trying to build up with new owners and whatnot. We've all agreed that it's not the time to really expect for the silverware. Would you say Liverpool are on the complete contrast where they're in denial, they're in a decline, they're not willing to accept this. They're looking to, I think, sell their football club. They've got a new ownership situation happening there as well. Some of their players are probably been too long with Klopp. Maybe Klopp
Past the
needs.
prime a bit.
Exactly. I mean, do you think it's it's one club who's sort of accepted the reality, and another club that's kind of not accepting the reality, but probably in the same boat as us?
Thing is, uh, I then same two boats parked next to the same position, but I wouldn't say same boat because our engine is strong. We have hundreds of millions of dollars that we can't ignore that's being put
Yeah.
into our team, into our club, into our scouting department, to everything. Every aspect of our club has had investment, and we will reap the fruits for it. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing the seeds, and I'm positive about it. Whether some fruits come out a little bit, rotten or whatever. All around, the plant is a good plant, and we should stick with it and trust that process. Thing with Liverpool now, they don't have that same soil, they don't have the same seeds because they don't have that same engine in that boat because they don't have the amount of money. Even though they spent 100 million just in the summer on one player, they still don't have that money to spend on different positions, several positions in the team.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Liverpool made a huge mistake. Forget about ownership and this and that. I think Klopp made a huge mistake in not having a transition player by player, like what
Yeah.
a Real Madrid do. Like first you
Yep.
lose Ramos, then you lose this, then you lose Marcelo, then you lose
He
Cruz.
just stuck
Now,
around with the same group for too long. He should have
yeah,
slowly replaced them.
and now all of them declining at the same time. The worst
Yeah.
thing you can do is have all your players who knows what it means to win titles and Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues all leave at the same time. Because then you lose that culture, you lose that continuity. With Real Madrid, they did it perfectly. One player left next season, next season, next season.
Do you think that's what's happening with Liverpool at the moment, Ryan, where they're probably losing that culture a little bit? That
That spine is
mentality?
gone. That spine
Yeah,
is
that spine is
gone.
gone.
And they're now
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
having
yeah.
trouble to walk. And
100%. 100%,
it's a
man.
dangerous place to be in, man. It's a dangerous place to be in, but thank God it's not my club. It ain't mine, bro.
It ain't mine, bro. But yeah, we know how dangerous it can be, especially as I said, when you don't accept it, it's even worse. Because I feel like a lot of Liverpool fans are still like thinking, "Oh, we are Liverpool. We're the mighty Liverpool. We should be competing against the biggest clubs out there. We should be competing for the Premier League title." Forget it. You're not competing for nothing. Just like us, you're in with us. I'm pretty sure we're 10th, they're ninth in the Premier League table. So I think a win for us actually bumps us above them. Look, Ryan, let's now get to the nitty gritty of this particular match. The way I look at this match, honestly speaking, Graham Potter, he needs to start delivering against the bigger clubs, against the bigger managers. I feel like our owner, Todd Bowley, Ryan, he's moving mountains, man. He really is. He's literally moving mountains, getting top talent at the club. Of course, there's injuries. I'm not even going to lie. There's plenty of injuries, and they do bother preparations. They do bother the chemistry of the team. But Potter give something back to the owner, give something back to the fans. I think Graham Potter's record against top six. I know Liverpool's not in the top six, but still considered as a top six club. I think Graham Potter's record against top six whilst he's taken over Chelsea is poor. I'm not even sure if he's actually even won any. He's probably drew one, but he's predominantly lost everything. Ryan, I feel like this situation right now against the Liverpool, I know we should not take them lightly away from home at their home ground. You never walk alone. It's massive. Their fans will get behind them, no doubts about that. But you know they're a bit shaky. And I just have this slight feeling, Ryan, that we may be turning the corner, slightly turning the corner right now. A victory is so important right here. And I think we've got a couple of weeks off because the FA Cup, I thought it was international break, but it's FA Cup next weekend. So we're not participating on that. So important to get a victory, at least a draw. But I just feel like we got to go there and get this victory, Ryan. I feel this is such a golden opportunity to really strike while the iron's hot. Do you know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree. As I said, a win could catapult us to the right path, the right direction. It can be, the current could take us in where we want to go, because the current is strong. Whether you lose or win, the current is strong, and you know what side you want to go, where you want to be guided to. Thing is, with Graham Potter, Todd Bowley, I believe, has given him so much now, because when in January we thought, okay, we'll make big signings maybe for June. No, he's gone out there and brought in 4 or 5 players now for him to use now. Obviously, MUDRYK might not be available tomorrow. I'm not sure if he'll be put in right away. And Felix is out, so still the only one I think MUDRYK is probably in.
Yeah, so, MUDRYK is in. He's in. He's definitely.
Yeah, so MUDRYK is in. So the thing is, I go back to this. Forget about new signings, right? There's a lot of quality players within our team who is not new players, right?
Yeah.
And these quality players, listen, if you get the best out of all the new players at Chelsea, we will still be rubbish if we don't get the best out of the players who's already here. Does that make sense?
Exactly. That makes sense. Yeah.
And the thing is, as I told you last time in the watch along, is like these players have seen crises before. Kovacic, Ziyech, all of our 25.
They lived in crisis, bro.
Mount,
They've lived in crisis.
They have seen crisis through Sarri, Lampard, Tuchel, and now Potter.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's nothing Graham Potter could say to these players, right? To get them motivated. What he's going to say, do it for the fans. How many times in their lifetime they've heard do it for the fans, do it for people who walks to Stamford Bridge, who wakes up 2 in the morning, who buys tickets, bruv. Every manager probably says that. Yeah. So that wouldn't catapult them, right? What would catapult these players is what Tuchel said. The only way to trust the process is to be given something to hold on to, tangible, that would make you want to believe in this process.
Yes.
And the only way Potter can do that, instill belief, is not by his words, it's not by his vibes, it's by on the pitch. Does these players trust his instructions on the pitch to say, you know what, I believe in this process and I'm going to go in and win every half ball, every single thing I'm going to do, because I believe in this process. I believe that if I listen to this, we could be back to the top one day again.
I love it.
Because under Tuchel, they believed that from that first Wolves game, they believed that something shifted. It was they believed in the process. You know what I mean? And because I saw Tuchel didn't say the best words and whatever when Lampard gets sacked, but they believe, wow, this is a guy who made it to UCL final 6 months ago. I believe in this guy. So Potter needs to show us something on that pitch that the player, not only the fans, not only the new players, but the old players say, I believe in this process.
Love it, bro. That's so well said. I think this is it. He's got to, this is what I've said recently, is he's just got to somehow show that he's the man for these players. He's got to somehow
like
get that
a
inner
tactical
beast
masterclass
out of him.
is needed.
Exactly, man. Tactical
It's
masterclass is
like,
needed, and that one victory will catapult. Like that one big victory will catapult to something exciting.
listen,
That's what I
I'm not
believe.
sure
Absolutely.
how players felt about Tuchel, right? I'm not friends with them, but I rest
And you're not
assured,
really friends with him. How
Tuchel.
come you're not friends with him?
Oh no, bro, not as cool as some people on Twitter, I guess. But the thing is, I sure that regardless of how they felt about Tuchel, the guy who beat Pep 3 times in a row, best believe in a big match, these players is going to do exactly what Tuchel says. Whether they hate Tuchel, they love Tuchel, they're tired of him, they're angry at him, they will do exactly because they believe that if I listen to this guy, we could win because this guy is a genius, regardless of what we feel of him. And that's why I
100%.
don't think our players feel for Potter. I mean, why would we believe Potter? Like, why would I believe your methods? Your methods haven't shown to
Exactly.
absolutely
What's he done? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, okay, you've
play
done
some
well at
tiki-taka
Brighton.
against Liverpool for Brighton, like. But the thing is, without looking at it, we can't change Potter's past. But what we can do
Absolutely.
is start creating his present and future, and he needs this big game to totally outclass a massive
Yes.
manager like Klopp.
Come on.
And then these players say, you know what? This Potter has something to him because we went there and Potter's plan went
Yeah.
step by step, and we totally neutered manager and player of Liverpool.
I love it, bro. These players
That,
need to
that's what,
understand. He know Harry Potter, man. He's no Harry
yeah.
Potter. All right.
Or
He's
maybe he
he's,
should
he's the
be Harry
legit.
Potter.
Maybe he should. NS Sports TV, thank you so much for the super chat. El Shitiko, here we go. Look,
Oh wait,
I know a lot
this
of
is
people are
live?
saying this.
Oh
This is
my!
live. You didn't
I didn't
know?
even notice. I just was pre-recorded. I had no
Come
idea this was
on, bro.
live
We are
until you said
live,
El
bro.
Shitiko.
Ryan had no idea that we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is mad. Have a look at all the comments, bro. What
Yeah.
are you sleeping or
I was just I
something?
was
Check
just
your
in a private
comments.
chat with my one private chat saying I'm gonna grab water. I
That's
didn't.
mad, ladies and gentlemen. Give Ryan a round of applause.
Yeah.
Give him the love. He thought it wasn't even live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the lineups and whatnot, I want to go through some of the latest news from Chelsea, get what Ryan feels about it as well, and see what you guys think in the live chat too, and also go through some of the comments that Graham Potter said. This is the latest that's up and running at the moment, and the live chat's quite mad about it. Chelsea wants Malo Gusto. Leon wants to keep. This is from L'Equipe, obviously one of the top news publications out there in France. I don't know how much to believe. I mean, yeah, they do get things right at times, but unless I've
Listen,
always
man.
said, unless I see Matt Law or especially David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, I don't want to jump the gun, because in recent times I jumped the gun with Enzo Fernandez, with Gianluca. I was going to say Gianluca Vialli, Gianluca Di Marzio.
Yeah.
And if I can't trust Di Marzio, well, wow, like who else can I thought he's top range, but it didn't work out. So I've made a conscious decision that it's got to be Fab, it's got to be Ornstein, and it's got to be Matt Law. Those are the guys. But Malo Gusto, look, I'm not going to claim that I watch Leon on a day-to-day basis. I've seen some of his clips. He looks pretty good. A lot of you guys are excited about it. Ryan, seen enough or much of Malo Gusto?
Listen, I've seen about 0 matches of him, but I would say this. I play FIFA 23, and when I play manager mode, I Google highest potential players, and he's one of them that pops up, my highest potential players. So, I mean, that should count for something, right?
That
That
does
should
count
count
for
for something.
something.
Yeah,
You,
that
you've
should.
you've recently said the same thing about MUDRYK as well. You're not watching, but
Yeah.
the FIFA
Yeah.
FIFA game is telling you. The
Yeah,
FIFA manager game is telling you.
Madueke, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. 88 potential, MUDRYK 90 potential, Fofana 85 potential. So you know what, guys, we're cooking. If we're not cooking in real life, we're cooking on FIFA. So I mean,
Badly, absolutely. Look, the players are on their way to Liverpool. There's MUDRYK. He looks serious, man. Let's talk a little bit about Mount. I just saw, footage of Mount right there. Been a funny man over there. Some news coming out in regards to Mount. Let's just quickly have a look at what Benoit Badiashile is saying. The main reason that I came to Chelsea is that they've got such an exciting project. Every player that we're getting in, talking about the project. I'm really looking forward to the future. The plans for the future are really positive, which is great to see. And further goes on to say they've obviously shown they've have a huge faith in youngsters, and it's a good club to progress as youngster. It's a project that convinced me as soon as we talked about it. Look, I'm actually looking to start Badiashile in this particular match, and I think Ryan is also quite excited about Badiashile. So we'll talk about that when we do the lineup. A little bit about, look at this, Reece James, grind season, but never measure your progress using someone else's ruler. I like it, very wise. I want to calm down with Reece James. I want to take him, I hope he takes his time before he joins the team. Obviously, we saw what happened last time he joined. Literally only lasted about 50 minutes before he got injured. Look at this picture, ladies and gentlemen. Does this picture tell you that João Felix wants to go back to Atletico Madrid?
Nah, bro. I think this guy could be a huge player for us if we stay.
Come on,
man. Like that, he has that it factor. He has that player who could possibly, challenge for Ballon d'Or one day. I know that is overhyping, but I mean, he has that aura and vibe about him, man. Yeah. I hope it's not the Van Dijk aura, which is nothing, but I mean, he has that aura about him. And that's that Van Dijk aura about him.
Man said the Van Dijk aura. But yeah, look at the lads are so happy as well. I think João Felix has changed everything in his profile as well to Chelsea. I mean, someone who's coming on a loan. I think he wants to stay here. I really do, and I hope it actually happens. Mikel MUDRYK ready for tomorrow. He's buzzing as well. I want him to start. Let's see what happens. Thiago Silva trying to keep. Look at this, man. 38-year-old Thiago Silva trying to keep up with the youngster with all that pace. Apparently, one of the fastest players out there. Okay, check this out. I mean, obviously, Ryan has said a lot about Mason Mount over the past few months. I have as well on this channel. This is coming from Jacob Steinberg, so this is nothing to be taken lightly when it comes to these type of. Jacob Steinberg works for, I think, The Guardian, so you got to take it seriously. Chelsea are stepping up attempts to agree a new contract with Mason Mount amid interest from Liverpool, who are closely monitoring his situation. And I want to quickly showcase something else as well. Maybe it's PYS who's got this. Let's just go over there. He's got the whole Mason Mount story well wrapped up. Let's just see where. Yeah, I don't know why people thought Thomas Tuchel was going to Spurs. Nizar Kinsella, once again, just talking a lot of BS. Brighton have started to look for. Okay, we'll talk about that down the track. Yeah, check this out. Chelsea are yet to meet Mount's wage demands. This is coming from Jacob Steinberg. A lot of people have said, Miz, it's not about the wages with Mason Mount, this, that, the other. I think it clearly is. What else is it going to be about? So, look, Ryan, I still think there is a player in Mason Mount. There's no doubt about that. He needs to, for me, play a little bit deeper. I feel like he needs to be more involved in the first phase, in the build-up, and play more of a, have more of a responsibility in midfield, and then someone who sort of sneaks in the final third, just outside the box and whips in shots. That's how I picture Mason Mount. He plays far too advanced for me. That's one thing. The other thing is, I don't know what level of wage demand he's sort of worried about. This is from Jacob Steinberg. Maybe he's thinking, Reece James on 250K, and he's been Chelsea Player of the Season 2 years in a row. He probably feels that's the level of money that he deserves. I personally don't think that's the level he deserves. I don't think he's that level of Reece James. I think he's a good level, maybe up to about 200K max. Giving him that reward for his recent success. But the past 12 months has not been good. I would even say he's regressed. I mean, Ryan, where do you sit with this Mount contract situation, Liverpool monitoring? And bear in mind, our owners, I think, are really starting to look at that wage structure. I know
Midfield, yeah.
last summer we've stuffed up again with Koulibaly and whatnot, but now with MUDRYK, apparently he's on 97K a week. So it's not like astronomical wages. I think they're really working on having a smaller base, but a decent base, but a lot more with performance bonuses.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. How much years does Mount have on his contract, by the way?
At the end of this season, one more.
Okay, so it's about time to get him his contract.
Yeah, or else he'll go on a free.
I think that from a statistical point of view, Mason has done quite well in his impact for Chelsea. I think that he's played an important role in our success in the past 3 years or 4 years. And I believe that he still has potential to become a great player. I wouldn't say world-class player or anything, but a great player. Thing is with Mason is that I don't know what I think Mason, there's an intangible about Mason that he represents for a huge segment of this fan base, that it goes above performances. Is that they hold on to this person as a representation of our Cobham boy that has made it to Chelsea, and they hold him dearly to their heart because of that. And with that, I feel as if while tactically he plays a huge part in Chelsea, I feel as though his performances in attack hasn't warranted him being undroppable for 2
100% agree.
years
100%
or 3
agree.
years. And I feel as though being undroppable and playing so often is one of the factors that has hindered him in his progress. Because I remember the times that he was dropped, his response was
The angry eyes.
spectacular. No, but his response was good. I remember the times that he
True,
was
true.
left out of the team. When he
Yes,
came
yes,
back, he
true.
bounced back. He
Yes,
bounced back.
Yep.
And I don't think players purposely put their foot off the gas, but I believe that sometimes not like what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes
A bit of time away from the spotlight is probably important, man. Just gives you a reality check. Like I said recently in one of my streams, like I'm one of my like I'm not boasting or anything, but I'm one of the top workers in my organization, right? I'm one of the top workers. I believe I'm one of the top workers, and in recent times, I felt like I've just been a bit too complacent. I've just taken a bit too,
exactly.
laissez-faire kind of approach, and there were some mistakes that kept up into my work, and my manager sort of had to give me a bit of a reality check. That means what's going on? Where's the focus? You're one of the top guys in our team, and the focus has just been elsewhere. I couldn't tell my manager that, look, my focus is in YouTube and talking to everyone and Chelsea Football Club and whatnot. But my manager was right. The focus was a little bit strange, and it kind of gave me a reality check that I got to come back. And now again, I've bounced back, and I'm back to making sure that the work quality is excellent. I think as you were saying, alluding to the factor that sometimes it's good to sort of just pull you away from the spotlight. The player should look at it as this is for your own benefit. This is not having a go at you. This is, I think, just for you to realize, because at the end of the day, Ryan, we're all human beings and we're not robots. What is going around in our head, we don't know at times. And maybe it's good to just grab them out from the spotlight so that you just get that reality check to ensure that complacency has no place. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't think it's like purposefully he's putting his foot off the gas, because his work rate is still phenomenal for us, right?
Yeah.
But I think that I think sometimes being tactically flexible has been to his detriment in a way. that he did not get to improve on certain skill sets, what he should be improved on by now. Because I would say from an output point of view, listen, there's many players in this world that would do better than him in attack. Many, many players. In the pockets, his ball retention hasn't been good enough. His decision making under pressure in the pockets hasn't been good enough. His finishing
Absolutely.
hasn't been good enough. His decision making hasn't been good enough.
Yep.
All these things that he's supposed to get matured and improve on and improve on. It has not only didn't improve, but it has regressed in
Yeah.
years. 'Cause I would say that 2019, 2020 Mount did all those 4 or 5 things better than now. And the
100.
thing is, we could point all the reasons as to why that is the case for. But at the end of the day, regardless of all the things you have to criticize him about, I think that he's done enough to warrant a contract renewal and being a important piece of our puzzle, because he's been a huge part of our success. But I would say that he doesn't warrant being the main guy in this project.
There needs
He
to be
has
some
to
balance.
earn.
There needs to
Yeah,
be, like, the player needs to know where his place is, and the club also, needs to give him a reality check that, look,
I believe that he should be in the mix with these talents that's coming in, because he has earned that right due to his part he's played in our recent success. But I would feel that there shouldn't be any guarantees that he is going to be the main part of this project and he's going to start every game, this and that. No, he needs to be okay. If you want to be part of this project, you're one of the wheels that the manager can choose. But show me that in these 3 attacking positions that have, or 3 midfield positions, show me why I should be part of these 3 wheels that's going to play in this position out of these 6 it has available to Potter. 6 top
100%.
talents. Because I
100%
would
agree.
say right now, like, Carney is someone who's doing better in the pockets, doing better in midfield, and Mason Mount better in
Right,
attack.
Chuka,
And
Chuka, Chuka probably deserves,
yeah, I would say
looking
he's
ahead of
somebody
him.
like that. It has
Yeah.
Felix, it has MUDRYK there.
Yeah.
MUDRYK, you never know what he can do. Sterling is someone who I have not given up on. I think with better players, we could see the best out of Sterling because he's in his prime of his career. So
Yeah.
I think there's
100%.
huge competition. If you want to be a part of this huge competition and show how much you love Chelsea by wanting to be the best in your position, and I think you've earned that right to be here. But if you
Yeah.
want to have that right without being the best out of all of them, well then, no, that's just not how it is at a club like Chelsea.
Absolutely agreed. CFC Blue, thank you so much for the super chat. If we sign Felix on a permanent deal, and when Nkunku arrives, and with MUDRYK, Mount won't get near the starting 11 next season, and he deserves 150K per week max. Look, like as Ryan said, there's going to be immense competition, and it's time for you to rise up to the challenge. And there may be times where you might have to sit the bench. You just need to perform. That's the thing. You just need to develop, perform, and see what the future holds. Now, let's go through some more comments from the press conference, and then we'll do the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Jurgen Klopp on Michaela MUDRYK, good player, really good, incredible UCL campaign, speed, technique, goals. He combines a lot. Having him on one wing and Xiao on the other would be interesting. Chelsea sort their problems differently to us. This is what do you know what? I'm fed up with this guy, man. I seriously am. I don't know how Liverpool fans feel about this guy. I know they treat him like he's some sort of a superhuman being, but I get so annoyed about what this guy consistently says in the press conference, just in regards to many topics. There are certain things where I agree with him, but when he loses, it's the air, it's the grass, it's this, it's that, the other. And now he's saying, "Oh, Chelsea sort their problems differently." No, you've spent money. You've spent money on Darwin Nunez. You've spent money on Cody Gakpo. You've spent previous seasons. Who else did they get? Luis Diaz. What other players have they got recently? Ibrahim Konate, many more. Like, don't give me the BS that you don't go out there. Okay, do we splash a lot of money? Maybe we don't have as good a scouting network like you guys, which hopefully down the track it will improve for us. But don't give me this BS about, oh, Chelsea sort their problems differently. Look at the amount of injuries that Thomas Tuchel had to go through last season, and he didn't have anyone to rely on. Similar with Potter as well. Like, there's a lot of holes in our team that needed to be addressed too. Like, Ryan, man, What do you feel about this guy? I'm fed up sometimes listening to this guy.
I think, I mean, it's true. It's true. But I mean, the money we've been spending is unbelievable. It's this past year, it's unbelievable. I mean, Liverpool just can't go and spend that money now.
But
But
Liverpool
and
don't need to do that as well, right? Ryan, they don't need to go out there and just. We've lost so many players on free, um, and injuries have played a part in it. We've needed to do that. Would you agree?
I know I would be like many times during past 3 years, Liverpool has been with a lot of injuries and have an injury crisis too. I would say that is the thing is, I don't, I don't, okay, if that's the case, why use it as an excuse? Why use it as an excuse? Because they blew 100 million on one player. If you watch their past project, the one that gave us so much success, it was built on huge investment and creating a huge spine for the club. So you could talk about this and that, and Liverpool fans could act like they built from the ground up and this and that. But at the end of the day, their most successful project in recent times costed hundreds upon hundreds of millions, right? And the thing is, if they want to build a next project like that, it's going to cost the same hundreds and hundreds of millions. Why? Because that is the way of football now, my friend. That is the name of the game.
That is the
You,
name of the game, man.
that,
That is the
and
name of
I'm
the game.
sorry, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. So yes, it's tiring that he uses these excuses and stuff. But to be honest, I don't really care what Klopp has to say. To be honest, because he's been doing this for years. He's been doing this for
Absolutely,
years,
man.
man.
Absolutely. Look at this Chelsea way. Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Konate, Cavalli, Nunez. Don't tell me you don't spend. Okay, maybe you spend less, but Darwin Nunez cost you a lot of money as well. By the way,
Wasn't
ladies and gentlemen,
Luis Diaz was 50 million too?
I think, well, they say he's about 37 or 40 million, but then there's add-ons as well. So I don't know. Maybe it does go up to 50 million. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Point 44. Juve hit with 15 points deduction. Something to look out for. I think that, I mean, they're already not in the top four, I'm pretty certain. And then now 15 more points
For
deducted
Juve?
for Juve, apparently.
No, Juve
Yeah.
was in the top four.
Oh, were they in the top? Were they already in top four?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, now 15 points. I don't think that's going to work out for them. And something to look out for. Some of their players could be on for a bargain down the track. Graham Potter on 2 weeks without a game after Liverpool. 2 weeks, it's an important period for us when you consider we have new faces and players coming back from injury. Important period. We'll use this time as best as we can. Perfect. On beating Liverpool, I'm confident, but I respect them. They're a top team. I like our team. Players coming back, new players arriving, buzz around the training ground. You can see, you can sense Graham Potter is feeling something. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like something's about to happen, man. I really do. I really appreciate what Graham Potter had to say about Marc Cucurella. He's getting a bit of stick. I think there is a top quality player in him, man. I'm not going to give up on Cucurella. I saw what he
Yeah.
was capable of doing last season. This guy is going to eventually become
I'm not
the
giving up
number
on
one.
Cucurella. I'm not giving up on Sterling.
Yeah, exactly, and Sterling as well. I know Ben Chilwell's coming back, but I'm more doubtful with Ben Chilwell's injury record. But I'm quite certain about Marc Cucurella's quality. Some players have dips in forms, and there are different solutions in games. Lewis Hall has done well, but we have to manage his role because he's a young player. I think it's been challenging for Mark. He's had some things off the pitch, family-wise, that have been difficult for him as well. We need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of things personally that can impact a human being. They're human beings, man, honestly. So we have to understand that side of it as well. There are all sorts of things going on in a player's life. There you go, Graham Potter stating that. Okay, let's do the lineup. This is where it gets all interesting. Ryan, first of all, I think this is sort of the setup we went against Crystal Palace. The four at the back, two in midfield. Yeah, basically 4-2-3-1. Is this something that you try against Liverpool? Potentially, I'm thinking, Chalobah on that right back position, and then you can move this brother a bit forward, and you can end up having the three at the back anyway.
Yeah. I think that's the right way to go to.
Brilliant. Okay, let's start this. I think there's no dispute here. It's going to be Kepa. I don't even think Mendy is ready as yet. I think he's still injured, so that's Kepa. We can all agree on. Let's go with the two centre backs. Ryan, who are your selections in the middle?
I'll go Thiago Silva, and I will go Badiashile.
I agree. I agree.
I don't think we have the luxury to say, okay, you've had a good match, but we're not going to play you. We don't have that
Yeah.
luxury.
I think we need to reward his good performance against Palace and a strong performance as well, Ryan. I remember obviously you were part of the watch along, and you were quite impressed by Buddy Shell's, not just his performance, but he's a monster. Is that physique that he has, Ryan? That's incredible.
I mean, he reminds me of Van Dijk, to be honest. He has that Van Dijk aura about him, but massive good signs. The biggest thing for me wasn't his physicality or tenacity, was
Yeah.
me his calm and composure.
Yes.
Never looked like
Yes.
anybody was rushing him in defense
Yes.
or attack, and did everything perfectly. I mean, that says a lot. Obviously, it's just one game, but I mean,
Yes.
great debut, and I would build on that immediately. I'd build
No,
on that
absolutely.
immediately.
Absolutely agreed, man. And I'm pretty sure live chat, let me know. Buddy Ashil, 21-year-old. He's 21. I'm pretty certain, but let me know his age. I mean, the future is bright. Okay, left hand side, right hand side. Let me hear what you have to say, Ryan, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Who are you going with on the right side?
I would go with. I mean, what other choice do we have than
Aspie,
Chalobah?
Aspie and Chalobah. Really, Reece James won't be rushed back in. He's not in the squad,
I'll go
but they're training.
Chalobah.
I
I
agree.
would go with Chalobah because, yeah, one bad game doesn't
Mm.
say anything about for me to extrapolate on Chalobah because mostly in the past few months and last season, he's been a fantastic player for us.
Before
And
the
I
World
think,
Cup, I'd say he's been the standout defender for us.
yeah, and not only that, but I really like him here that he gives us the ability to change from 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't necessarily need him to bomb up and
Yeah,
overlap.
no.
I'm more thinking from a defensive standpoint. Um,
Yeah.
Before you give me your left-sided player, obviously Ben Chilwell is back in training, but he's not going to be part of the squad. Lewis Hall has been all right. I probably will give him a bit of a break here. He was a bit iffy last couple of games. Losing the ball in attack, very good. Youngster, let him calm himself down and sort of work on his game. I'm
Listen,
bringing in Sideshow Bob.
David Luiz?
Would you agree? Cucurella on the left side.
Of course, man. Like Lewis Hall, I think he does a shift as our left wing back, attacking left wing back. But as our left back, he is giving his all as an 18-year-old. He's doing fantastic in attack for us, but defensively, it's not his game. And unfortunately, that is something that we have to rectify. And then Cucurella, sorry, rectifies that. So
Yep. Agreed. Okay. This is where it gets very interesting in the middle. No
mm,
Zakaria, injured. I think he's injured for a month as well. Kovacic has been so strange too, man. Like he's not been good. Jorginho, we all know the flaws. There's times where he's good with the ball, but then there's times where it's a bit strange. I know a lot of people will throw the stats at me that Miz is, someone with the highest level of interceptions. Defensively, he's been good, but watch the match as well, man. Watch the match. There are times where he gets pulled apart. And I know it's not always it's his fault. It's not because he gets isolated. All his other brothers around him kind of leave him all by himself. But that's the thing, Jorginho on his own doesn't have that capacity or that dynamism to take care of himself. But I don't think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is ready. To be honest, I don't even want to try him in this match. I can't really think of anyone else, Ryan, besides Kovacic and Jorginho.
yeah, all about Gallagher, bro.
Oh no, the man has gone Gallagher in the pivot, bro. Look, I would sell Gallagher in this window. I appreciate his work ethic. I appreciate his attitude. He's a good lad. He really is. but I need a lot more technical ability. I don't just want someone who can run, especially in a pivot. Like you need to find those passing ranges. Like, and you best believe he's going to go off on a particular run and he's going to leave Jorginho
Yeah.
all
But
on
I
his
mean,
own.
from the qualities you just mentioned, you might as well throw 300K at him
All
on a 7-year
right.
contract.
Give him a 7-year contract. Ryan, honestly speaking, so would you actually consider Conor Gallagher in the pivot?
No, hell no. Of course not. What do you mean? No, definitely not. I think the thing with Conor Gallagher is I think under pressure when he's pressed, I think he is a good pressure resistant player, but right now for some reason in a blue shade, his touch just seems so heavy, Bakayoko-esque.
Oh
He just
yeah.
seems like he loses that ball too much under pressure in deep areas. So if I were to play Gallagher, it'd probably be in a different position, but not in that double pivot. So I'd go cover versus Jorginho because we have those are the best two we have right now.
Look, it's not my preference, but this is, yeah, as Ryan said, this is the best we got right now, man. Like I'm not trying Conor Gallagher here. You put Conor Gallagher, yes, he's going to show that passion, that desire, that hunger. But what's going to happen is Conor Gallagher is going to be here, and then Jorginho is going to be all by himself. And yeah, that's something that, you know, unless Gallagher's got that ability to really track back
I
down
hate this
quickly,
passion, desire, hunger thing.
yeah,
Like, bro, like most of our players show high work ethic. I
yeah,
don't watch any player and say, wow, you have passion, desire, and hunger.
it's an
Like,
English
bro,
thing, bro. Come on,
if your passion, desire, and hunger stands out from your rest of your attributes, that probably saying that your rest of attributes is probably
bad. By the
shit.
way, passion, desire, are there attributes in Football Manager? Like, is there like 99% passion and stuff like that? 80% passion?
Maybe in the English version.
Maybe in the English version. How do you measure desire? But how do you measure passion? It's 80 in passion.
Measured to
Not sure.
300K, my brother.
I'm not really sure how that actually happens. Okay, up
Yeah,
front.
I don't know. I feel like I even make jokes on streams. It always have people watching. I want to clip and then make reaction videos and thing. I'm just feeling like
Why not,
I don't.
bro? Why
I can't even make jokes, bro.
not? Can't even make jokes these days.
Yeah,
Can't
I
even
have the
make jokes.
police. I have the police watching me. Chelsea
Absolutely.
police, Twitter
I don't.
police.
I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm putting this guy straight up. I'm
Who?
like, this is my player. I'm putting him. He starts. He starts for me.
Who?
MUDRYK, he starts.
MUDRYK?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm not putting him in the bench. I mean, he starts, he can play 60 minutes odd, and then he can come off. I wanna attack Liverpool from minute one. From the first second, I want to be on their throat. MUDRYK against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's make it happen, Ryan.
MUDRYK ball, bro.
Come on,
Come on.
MUDRYK ball. Attack, attack, attack. Give the ball. If we can give him early,
1v1 ability.
1v1, 1v1, Trent T, 1v1. In behind, early to MUDRYK, whatever it is, let him be explosive on
Someone
that
said
left
if I
side.
don't see Gallagher, I can't take this seriously. Bro, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. I agree. It's myth.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Me's not messing around. I'm not messing around. I'm not here to mess around, man. This what I want. All right, Ron. I'm going to give you the opportunity to give me the two other players in that three sort of attacking. Who's your number 10 and who's your number 9?
My number 10 will be. I mean, we don't have nobody else, you know.
You're going to put
I
Mount,
would,
aren't you? You'll put Mount.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would
I don't
put
think we
Mason
have anyone
Mount.
else. Yeah.
I think I'll put Mason Mount because Liverpool, you know, you don't want to be outnumbered 3v2 in midfield. Mount will
And he's
allow
possibly
for
auditioning for Liverpool as well, right?
3v3. No, he's a featured. He's a Chelsea boy since he was young, except for when he supported Portsmouth his whole life. But like
Would you give this guy a chance, Carney, in that
who
position? Carney in that
honest
position?
honestly, in this caliber of match, I would go with
Mm,
Mount's experience, bro,
yeah, yeah.
because I
Agreed,
think
agreed.
I not I like Mount for a tactical reason because he can be that third man in midfield too. Allow us more
Yeah.
tactical ability not to get overpowered in midfield. Something you need when you have Jorginho there. Our next thing is I love Kanye. I think he operates in the pockets way better than Mount, but I'll go from a mental aspect. Throwing Kanye in against Liverpool, I wouldn't probably do that now.
Mm.
Throwing someone who has experience, who has a lot of good qualities to him, Mason Mount. I would put him in there.
No, you're right, man. You're right. Carney 10, Mount not signing contract. I know Book of Eden is really pushing for Carney. Both Ryan and I love Carney Chukwemeka as well. There's no doubt about that. But as Ryan said, I think this level of the match, don't want to really throw him into the deep end. Mount with the level of experience. Let's come on. Show us, Mount. Show us. Time to really step up and take the game by the scruff of the neck and really own it. Come on, own it. Ryan, I'm not even going to ask you for this. If you're not giving me Ziyech on this side, off the back of that match against Palace, I'm going to be very disappointed. You know how much I love Ziyech. It's got to be Ziyech.
Yes, I'll go with Ziyech for sure. I'll go with Ziyech for sure.
Man was trying his best to think about another player besides Ziyech. Come on, bro.
No, I'll go to. No, I was just thinking tactically what was going to happen. But
Who
yeah,
else
I'll
could
go
we
with
use
Ziyech.
though? Who else could we use on that side? All the injuries that we have as well.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
there is an
there's
option.
anybody else. You could have probably used Havertz if you really want to go, and then
Mm,
but nah.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think at the end of the
Hey
day,
yo, I want to
Grandma.
say this though. Somebody said no Mount play Havertz at CM. I would tell you this, right? Listen, I make a little bit of jokes about Mount, right?
Talk to me. People need to hear this. Come on, guys.
I,
Need to hear
I
this.
make I make jokes about Mount, right? I do because not because I don't like Mount. I actually love Mount. I have a bunch of Mount jerseys. But I just like to poke fun at people who just be weird online. But thing is with me, Miss, I think
Hmm.
out of all our players that needs to leave, Mount is probably the last one on that list, right?
Yeah, agree. He's not
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
major issue.
Like
Yeah,
when
no,
I
no,
think
no,
about attackers, I don't think, okay, Mount needs to go. No,
no,
I think
no,
Mount
no.
needs to stay and fight and show us,
Yes.
bro, why you are that guy. Um, but I think that when it comes from Ziyech Pulisic, I would put Havertz in that region of I don't know what Havertz have really shown me since his arrival at Chelsea. Honestly, at least Mount, he's shown his patches where he's been an incredible player for us.
Yeah.
Incredible player for us.
Yeah.
It has a point in time that Mount was the best player in our team. I
Yeah.
think that for someone who has not struggled with injuries, like a Pulisic, you know how we said Pulisic was our best player for a few months and then he struggled with injuries? Ziyech is someone who just struggled physical wise.
Mm,
There's
mm.
no answer I have as to why Harvard struggled so much. And I brought this up for you, Miss. I brought it up.
You did. You did.
I said, Miss, the best part of Havertz's game right now is him running in behind.
Yeah.
He have a striker's instinct to run in behind now.
He
His
does.
runs
He
are
does.
amazing. It reminds me of Werner's runs in behind.
Yeah. Just can't
His
finish.
finishing is not
Yeah.
as good as top strikers, but you know what
Yeah.
really weirds me out? For someone who is a false nine in inverted commas,
Mm.
anytime Havertz drops into the pockets, he's
He does.
completely and utterly useless.
Useless. It's so strange how we all think or have a
Yeah,
picture in my mind. Like I have a picture in my mind that he's someone who should be so comfortable just behind a striker,
yeah.
drops in into those pockets and should be able to control the ball in tight spaces and find those
And then
passes.
released, yeah.
Is
Bro,
exactly the opposite.
yeah, bro, like loves the environment too much, but all he does is recycle. All this
Yeah.
guy does is recycle. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in the pockets, we work so hard to gather up 20 passes in a row in with our thread, the bag in the pivot to get that ball to the pocket. And when Havertz get that ball in the pocket, he does nothing except back pass it.
Yeah.
Nothing. And look at the difference between Felix in the pockets versus Havertz in the
Oh.
pocket.
Yep.
That's what you want from
Yep.
your player in the pockets. And you know what? I think in the pockets, while I think Mason needs to improve in the pockets too, to be where we want to win titles, I think Mason is better in the pockets than Havertz. I would have Mason. I think Mason has shown us more than Havertz in a blue shirt for sure.
No, agreed, man. Agreed. All right. Let's on that basis.
Y'all
I
can't say
think
I'm biased though. Y'all can't say I'm biased if it's one thing.
you can't, man. On that basis, I'm going with Havertz. You know, as much as I don't like it, but I think Ryan has a good point. Like his movement as a striker is actually pretty good. Always gets into really good areas to score
Yeah.
goals. Just doesn't score goals. That's the issue. And the other factor is Graham Potter. I don't think he really. I've said this many times. I don't even think he really fancies Aubameyang. So we're in a bit of a tough situation. David
I
Dutcher
think
Fofana
if
will
Havertz
not
have
be
scored,
trusted.
in his last game, and that kind of thing is like we don't have the luxury to say, okay, you scored last game, let me just drop you. No. Yeah.
No, you're right, man. You're right. As I said, David Dutcher Fofana probably won't be trusted for this particular match. It's too big of a match.
Yeah.
Havertz is probably going to be the man. He's going to be the man up front. Scored that goal against Palace. Should have scored a hat trick, to be honest. But let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do against Liverpool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the team that we're going with. Kepa in goalkeeping position. Kukurea, Buddy Shield, Silva, Chalaba, Jorginho, Kovacic, Mudryk, Mount, Ziyech, Havertz. Hopefully we keep Salah quiet. Hopefully we keep Darwin Nunez keeps missing again. Whoever they play on that on Liverpool's left side, whether it's Cody Gakpo or whoever else they've got coming up, I'm not really sure that we do the job. But I just feel their team is just not operating. Like they're not in that mind frame. They're the peak is finished a long time ago, and they're now on the decline. Most of those players, and I feel like maybe there's a new bounce in our team. Maybe there's some new feelings in our team, and I just want us to go out there and tackle them head on with this team. Ryan and the live chat, let us know what you think about this particular starting lineup that we've come up with. Ryan's quick score prediction, my boy.
I would go score prediction 2-1 to the mighty Chelsea. Come on.
Come on.
Mighty Chelsea.
I actually picture us maybe keeping a clean sheet. Once again, maybe another 1-0 victory for us. I'm going for 1-0, sneaky one. I don't know whether we're good enough to score 2, but maybe 1 we can pump in.
Who's the goal scorer?
Probably Havertz or MUDRYK. Maybe it'd be mad if MUDRYK gets a goal, man. It would really be mad. I don't know. Maybe it's Havertz. Maybe it's Havertz who's going to probably get another header, perhaps.
I'm going Hakim Ziyech with a goal.
Oh, a blockbuster from 30 yards out.
My star boy, Mason Mount. Come on.
Bro, I wouldn't mind a long range from Mason Mount as well. Anything. Look, 1-0 I'm going with. Live chat, let us know what your thoughts are with the score prediction. Someone saying 3-1 Liverpool, 2-2 Shubra. RA is going with 1-0 Chelsea. Galaxy FC saying Ryan's spitting the most facts ever on Kai. He's meant to be this fluid player in behind the forwards, but his best attribute is actually running onto things. This is why I bring Ryan, man. This is why I bring Ryan. Astute observer and a well-spoken individual. Ryan, Chelsea 2-0. I don't know why, but I have a very good feeling about this one now. 100%, man. I've got a good feeling as well. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. We've got well over 250 people live right now, so get those likes up. At one stage, there was 300.
I enjoyed this maximum 35 minutes stream, bro. I enjoyed it so much.
I know, man. We couldn't do this. We couldn't do it in 35. We tried, but we've reached an hour.
It was fun. It was fun.
But it was fun. I'm definitely going to be doing the watch along. So for people that are wondering, definitely going to be doing the watch along. We'll start 5 minutes before the lineup. So do ensure you're there. Ryan, would you be there for the watch along by any chance?
I'll let you know. That's morning my time, so I'm not sure if I'll be home or not, but if I'm home for sure, yeah.
All right, let me know. You best believe I'm pretty sure Sai Krishna will be there. I think even bad boy Ishan's coming back, so Ishan will be there as well. So if we have Ryan, it'll be a full house.
Bro, that sounds like pain and sorrow, bro. Anytime Ishan's there, we just have the most horrible performances ever.
Hopefully it changes. Hopefully it all turns around. Hopefully it all turns around. All right,
I'll take back my score predictions. I'll take it back. 2-1
I'll take it back. I'll see you guys all for the watch along. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. And make sure you follow Ryan on Twitter as well. The link is in the description.